We're going to be talking about this football team at the bye, talking about the assessment of the team, how we feel about it. You know, we're going to get these discussions. So 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Let me connect the audio. I'll get right back to you folks. Hold on 1 second.
Blog Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and we are back at it again. I'm back at it again, man, and it is time to talk, okay? Listen, we are at the bye week for the New York Jets, 6-3. We're coming off a big win against the Bills, and I want to have some discussions today. We're going to be talking quite a bit about this football team and expectations, you know, and also what we feel about this season so far. So we're going to get to the lines in a second. Hold on. Lines is hot. We'll get to everybody. Let me go ahead and open the show, okay? Listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show, all right? Listen, your boy's on iTunes, okay? I'm on iTunes. All right, come on over to iTunes, type in Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes, okay? Go ahead and subscribe, and then guess what you can do? Leave your boy some feedback. Let me know what you folks think about what I'm doing here on the show. Give me a 5-star rating. Let me know how you feel. I want to thank everyone that does that. I truly appreciate you folks letting me know what you think about my program and how I handle business over here, all right? Your boy is also on social media as well. Listen, go on over to Twitter, type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe. Okay, that's the show's page. You can find my personal page @YoungJ000. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back, and we can go back and forth. All right, love going back and forth with people about this team, about football. Some people just want to hit me up about life. I'm all about that as well. Okay. Also, if you want to see me live, okay, live in person. You want to see the show live? You want to feel the atmosphere? You want to know what it's like to be a savage? Come on over to YouTube. Okay, come on over to YouTube. Go to YouTube. All right. Open that search browser up. Type in YouTube. You typed it in yet? Okay. Now go to the search bar on YouTube. All right. Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Hit enter, and now I'll come right up. Go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so when I okay, you folks will be in the know right then. So go ahead and do that. Boom, you'll be ready to go. Okay, and give all my videos a thumbs up. All right, love going back and forth with folks. So go ahead and do that, and we'll be good to go there. So what a day, what a time about it all. All right. There's a lot to discuss, a lot of things going on. Let me tell you something. The Jets are 6-3 after the bye, and we got some things going on, man. All right. First off, salutes and happy Veterans Day to everybody, all the veterans out there. For those of you who may not know, I'm a veteran as well. Served some time in the military. So salutes to all my fellow veterans. Thank you for your service to this country. You know, without you folks, America wouldn't be America, right? So salutes to everybody. Now it's time to talk about this. Listen, the New York Jets, again, 6-3, going into this bye, coming off of a big win against the Bills. We're excited, all right? But we also got some news that we're going to be dealing with some injuries. All right? Sheldon Rankins out 4 to 6 weeks, for the New York Jets here. He's dealing with a dislocated elbow, all right? The elbow injury that he has, again, it's a dislocated elbow. And again, he's a big factor within the, Jets defensive line and pass rush as well. He had 2 sacks this season. It was injured in the Bills game. But with him being out, again, it's supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks. We've also heard Quinnen Williams come out and say that he's spoken with Sheldon Rankins, and they've had a discussion. And he said that Rankins told him that he will possibly be back before the 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, the talk is 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. Now, when we look at this situation and how it affects the defensive line, you look at it and you say, okay, Rankins, if he's out 4 to 6 weeks, if that's going to be, the diagnosis there, we still got Solomon Thomas. We still got John Franklin Myers, Shepard as well. Nathan Shepard is a guy that's been putting in work too. Vinny Curry is also a guy that they move around as well. At this situation here, and we got some guys that can step up, even on the practice squad. Tenzil Smart. Tenzil Smart's a guy that's on the practice squad. He put in some real work. I'm talking about some real work during the preseason. I thought he was the guy that was going to make the active roster, and he wasn't able to. But still and yet, he's a guy that's available for us as well. We can call up. He did some really good, solid work as well at defensive tackle, and also Jonathan Marshall. So I understand, that we're, dealing with this injury with Rankins, but there's guys that's going to be able to step up in his absence that I think is going to do a really solid job for us. So it sucks. It's I don't like it, but here we are sitting in a situation where we've seen injuries on the other side as well, on the other side of the ball, the offensive line. We've dealt with that. We've been able to make adjustments. Guys have been able to come in and, do their thing there. And now, we got an injury here on the defensive side of the ball, but on the defensive line side of the ball. But again, I think there's guys that's going to be able to step up and handle business there. So we'll look forward to seeing how the Jets defense makes augmentations and how they handle that situation. But again, Rankins out 4 to 6 weeks. There was also some talk as well from Sulla about Elijah Moore, and we'll come to the Savages in a second. Salutes to everybody. I know what's going on. They're talking about a sound, but we'll get that fixed in a second. Elijah Moore is going to be moving on to the slot now. There's a lot of talk about, before the Bills game about, hey, what's going on with the utilization of Elijah Moore. We know that he requested a trade at one point as well. And it was a lot of things going on where Jets fans had soured on him. But guess what? The Jets staff has come out, Sulla's came out during an interview and talked about how they're going to move him to the slot now permanently and utilize him from that position. And the first thing I thought when I heard that was, why hasn't he already been in there? Why hasn't he already been in the slot? What in the world has been going on here? Because that was one of the reasons why when he got drafted, one of the reasons why a lot of Jets fans were excited and happy, right? Because they said, hey, we got Corey Davis, we got, Denzel Mims, we got guys that can go outside. Let's put Elijah Moore in the slot. Let's make him that weapon X kind of factor here with our offense and allow him to run around and handle his business that way. Hand the ball off to him, all kind of stuff. He was supposed to have that Deebo Samuel kind of feel within our offense. And, things hasn't been going that way so far, especially, again, with our running game being as solid as it's been and other guys kind of getting the ball. Garrett Wilson really doing a lot of work this year. So it's looking like Elijah Moore is going back into the slot again. And I'm excited for it because, again, I feel like Mike LaFleur should definitely find a way to get this guy the football in his hands. Again, I know there's a lot of Jets fans upset with him. I wasn't excited about the way that he went about, not getting as many targets as he felt. Again, there's other guys that have sacrificed in this offense this season just to get us those W's. We've seen C.J. Uzomah, he coming off a career year as far as receiving numbers, kind of throw that away to block and get whatever he can as we are getting these W's. It's all about team first, team first, team first. And, didn't feel like Elijah Moore was doing that. But the big thing about utilizing Elijah Moore is this guy's got a world of talent. And we all know that. We all see it. He's got what it takes. He truly does. But the deal is Mike LaFleur's got to find a way to get the ball in his hands, whether it be handing the ball off to him or just coming out and designing plays to ensure that this ball gets going to Elijah Moore so that he can get rolling within the offense. That would be huge for us because, again, I know we're talking about Elijah Moore and getting him his targets, but guess who that benefits ultimately the most? Zach Wilson. And that's what this is all about. It's all about making sure that Zach Wilson is the guy that can go out there and be lifted by the talent? Can he go out there and have solid targets? Are all the guys on offense being put in position where they can succeed, play in and play out? Are they being utilized to the top of their talent? That's huge. So that will benefit Zach Wilson. And especially, again, with Corey Davis dealing with the MCL injury, we'll see when he comes back. There's a lot of talk about, him being able to continue forward, especially after the bye week, healing up and being good to go. Also, Fant and Max Mitchell are supposed to come back and be good to go as well, after the bye. So we're getting healthy as well. But, Elijah Moore, I think he could have a really monster second half of our season being utilized in the slot. Last season when he was in the slot, there was a game against the Dolphins where he was just a beast. I'm talking about he had a huge game. I think he had like 141 yards and a touchdown in that game. He was beast, and a lot of that work was done from the slot. So, it is what it is there. He's being moved to the slot now. He's going to be utilized, and I'm excited for it. So, we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers, all right? Again, when you call in, please understand, all right, that there's no cursing on my show, okay? I know I have new callers. No cursing on my show. And please be patient. We will get to everybody. Again, everybody watching, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, share the stream as well with your friends and your family. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. And please hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. So we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Also, if you want to give to the stream, the super chat is up there. The Cash App is at the bottom of the screen as well. Anything that you give to the platform is greatly appreciated. So, first caller I'm going to is my guy, Ted. Ted, we're coming directly to you, my friend. 613 Skype. We'll get to you in a second. Ted salutes. For those of you that do not know, that man, Ted, he's a savage, man. He's a savage. He's a savage. Listen, Ted, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in today.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we are sitting at this bye week 6-3. We're feeling good. We're talking about everything. Again, we've lost this injury to Sheldon Rankins and how it impacts the New York Jets defense.
Hey, Joe. Happy Veterans Day, by the way. Now that you revealed that, we have a lot of depth. I'm a little concerned, but we have depth at every position. So I think we can have multiple players slide in and just be able to deal with that. So I'm not too concerned. I'm more concerned with, Zach getting a little more comfortable in the offense, getting Corey Davis back, and maybe Moore will get a catch once in a while. Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm looking for that as well. Like you said, we got guys that can step up in that situation, guys along our defensive line that are going to definitely continue to be able to put in work. But I'm looking at the situation with Elijah Moore, and I'm saying to myself, whoa, here we have him moving back to that slot. What are your expectations for him going forward this season? I mean, are you expecting a monster second half of the season for him now being put in a position to really succeed? Because I think he can absolutely eat up corners coming out of that slot.
We better, Joe. We better utilize the talent that we have. I mean, I'm a little puzzled still by that whole situation. Now that Mims is showing that he's a little more capable of doing a few things, I know he certainly can block in the running game. Mm-hmm. We really need to see more. Maybe dial up some plays from the floor, but I think Zach's got to get a little more comfortable. Maybe he can spread it around a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Elijah. I really don't. It's just a question that we'll have to figure out. Maybe when Zach gets a little more comfortable, he can kind of, we can maybe allow Moore to get more plays involved. It's such a puzzle, Joe. I don't have an answer to that one. You figured he'd be more involved before. Just doesn't seem to happen.
Yeah, and that's, I think that utilizing him within the slot is huge for us. I think that'll be but right now, looking like he's gonna probably be back after the bye week. So if we're moving Elijah Moore out to that slot, I think things will work out for him, and I think he'll see more success again coming out of that slot, because we've seen Garrett Wilson really have a great game, have great games, out there on the outside. Mims is being utilized on the outside as well. So I think again, Elijah Moore coming, not just coming out of the slot, but also getting handoffs too, I think will be big for him. We've seen the Niners utilize Debo like that, be utilized, handing him off the ball. He's taking off and running all over the place. So I think that that's something that LaFleur can kind of wind into the offense, especially, again, a guy with the type of talent that Elijah Moore has. I think that, we should see him have plays that are designated for him to get the football. So I'm expecting some things from Elijah Moore going forward. We've seen it in the past. Like last season, he was great last season for us. I mean, he made some big catches and had some really solid big games for us. Now, as we continue to talk about this offense, man, give me your thoughts about Zach Wilson at this point. What is your assessment of him so far this season?
Wow, that's a broad question. I would say, other than the Patriot game, which was a debacle, he has shown signs. He's flashed. The last game was obviously his best game. I think a complete game. The fact that he ran finally out of the pocket, to me, was so obvious to the person watching the games, and every week, like as a fan, you would think he would know enough to not see a play and then decide to scramble for yards. But the two runs that he had that he scrambled were, I mean, maybe he's finally feeling a little more comfortable. Maybe his leg, he finally feels more comfortable after the injury that he can take off. He does need to learn to slide, though, a little bit more. He's a little erratic. I don't know if he's nervous or something, but he doesn't seem to slide smoothly. Like you watch, Justin Fields is maybe a better athlete, but you see Justin Fields and certain players that just know when to get down. Even Kyler Murray, even though that team is not so good, you could see him totally in control when he knows when he's sliding. Yeah, Joe. He just seems more comfortable in the slide. But if we can build on that, Joe, and he can be competent and just do a few more things when necessary, and let's go out and smash the Patriots, and let's get over that hump. Yeah, we can get on a roll.
What is your thoughts on, because there's some Jets fans that look at him and say, okay, he's not throwing for 300 yards a game, and they're saying, well, at this point that they still think that Zach stinks because he's not given that type of production within our system. What do you say to fans that think that?
I'm not worried about that, Joe. I mean, look at Josh Allen. He was the MVP last week until he wasn't, and I'll take the 200 yards, take the 170-yard rushing games, especially when the weather gets colder. Yep. And Zach, Tom Brady made a career out of game managing. I mean, we're okay with a game manager until if we got down big in games, we have to, open up the passing game. But if we play a controlled, complete game, and the defense is solid and the special teams have been solid, especially the kicking game, we got to learn how to kick off again, I guess, after we fall down on the first play last week. So we have to go back to the drawing board on that one a little bit. But our field goal kicker has been good. That was a great decision. But let's just go on to New England, and it's going to be weird this week, Joe, not having a game to watch. I guess I'm going to have to watch, hopefully, the Dolphins lose or somebody else to lose to see if we can improve our playoff chances, or maybe our division chances.
Yeah.
Let's think big picture, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, just watching us, I'm excited for the bye week because I don't want to see us get healthy. That's the big thing for me as well, especially again with, Fant and Max Mitchell, and we just talked about Corey Davis too, dealing with injuries, and they're fighting through them, and all of those guys are supposed to come back, after possibly healthy as well. That's huge for me, and that leads me to my next question for you, because I've looked so much at this offense and everything that we can do. Who do you think has been the most explosive weapon for us this season?
I guess it had to be Garrett. It was Breece Hall until he got hurt, but I mean, I guess at this point it'd be Garrett. But I would like to see. Zach Wilson relied a lot on Garrett last week, but I think there's going to be games when they really start to double team him and things like that. He's going to have to go to the tight ends and maybe Elijah Moore. And now that our offensive line seems to be stable, we can maybe get the tight ends a little more involved, and maybe Elijah Moore on the the underneath stuff, and maybe Mims can. Maybe we can actually get a 50-yard touchdown to Mims one day.
Yeah,
that would be nice. So,
yeah. I'm expecting.
And now that you have Corey Davis back, though, be good. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
No, yeah, like you said as well. Even Corey Davis coming back, if he can come back healthy, definitely is going to impact our offense too. And one of the things that surprised me as well, looking at this year, we all talked about C.J. Uzomah being like the big weapon for us offensively, especially when we signed those two tight ends. And not a lot of people was talking about Conklin. There were some people talking about his impact, but he's really been able to turn into a big safety blanket for Zach Wilson. We saw him, even though the Patriots game wasn't the best for Zach at all, he didn't play very well. We saw him find Conklin early and often in that game and get the ball to him, and he was able to make a play. He even got a touchdown in that game. What are your thoughts about Conklin's impact offensively for us this season?
Joe, Zach Wilson needs some kind of outlet player to dump it off in emergencies or some short passing, which is an equivalent of a run. Just something to keep the ball, keeping the ball down the field, keeping the offense moving. But I can see now with the offensive line being a little more stable, having the running game going, that maybe we can be a little more, not keep the tight ends in more to block for pass protection.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to open things up a little bit more because of the signings of the Nate Herbigs and other players. It's a good thing to have, that we have a stable line finally. And then we got the running back from Jacksonville, who seems to be
James Robinson,
a decent back. And he's not a Breece Hall, but I think he's going to be fine. And I think him and Carter are going to be good, good enough for us. I mean, we don't have to. Fortunately, we lost Breece, but players are stepping up. And we haven't even talked about the defense, but Joe, let's get over this hump. Let's take the week off, get over the hump, and we should have beat him the first time. And Zach, you can play a little boring ball. Boring ball can win. Boring ball can win you a lot of games.
It can.
So,
and that's
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, did you watch the Carolina Atlanta snooze fest last night?
No, I wasn't able to catch it. I heard it was terrible.
Okay.
I heard it was terrible.
3-0 after the first quarter. I mean, you could see. The weirdest thing, Joe, I thought about it last night, was that was us last year. We couldn't score, we couldn't defend, and we're lost. We couldn't protect our quarterback. And now I see these teams, I'm like, wow, that's so bad. But that was us.
Yeah.
That was us.
Yep.
So now we're complete one season. Just Joe Douglas, between him and Salah and the whole staff they got to get almost said curse. Sorry, Joe.
No,
they have to get a lot of credit for everything, the big turnaround.
A ton of credit. And that's, I've been speaking with Jets fans as well. The imprint of Joe Douglas on this team and the semblance of talent, especially, again, a lot of the guys that he's drafted are the young guys that are performing. We talk about Sauce on a daily basis. We talk
Yep.
about Jermaine Johnson. We talk about Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall before he went down. These are all guys that he's brought in here. Elijah Vera Tucker, all these guys. And that's what is huge this season or in this era with this staff, so much so more than the Maccagnan era. You have guys coming in immediately giving you impact, and they look like guys that you can move forward with for the years to come. These are guys that are really putting in work, and they're getting better every single week, man. Every single week. And I absolutely love it. Now, before I let you go, you absolutely had a fire call today,
Don't
Ted.
ask me to give you a score, Joe.
Listen, give me before
Is
I
that
let
where
you
we're going, Joe?
No score. We'll have a show Tuesday for
Okay,
that.
good.
Give me your assessment.
All right, awesome.
Give me your assessment of Coach Sulla and his staff, man. So far, do you think they've taken a step forward? Coming into the season, because there are a lot of questions in the offseason about them. Do you think they've taken a step forward this year so far?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, Joe, one step back before. Also, the players that Douglas drafted are high character guys.
Yep.
They want to win. They have good character.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. The coaches, I mean, everyone panicked at the beginning. No, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people panicked at the beginning of the year when our safeties couldn't cover, and Jeff Holbrook should be fired, and before can't coach, and Salah with the receipts. They've come together. The players are playing fantastic. We look like a well-coached team, Joe.
Yeah.
We look like with talented players for once.
Yeah.
We're San Francisco East.
Yeah.
We're the 49ers East.
And that's what I told people.
We can do what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I told people, how we were going to look.
Yeah.
We look exactly like the Niners do, but we are on the East Coast here. And that's wonderful. And that's why even earlier when I was talking to you about fans that we're saying, hey, Zach Wilson, he still ain't thrown for 300 yards and all these things. Dude, I'm not worried about that because this Shanahan system is not going to ask a quarterback to do that week in and week out. Jimmy Garoppolo had success in this system.
That's right.
Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. We all know that. But guess what? They ran the ball hard like they do every single week, and they asked him to make the throws that were necessary, and when he did that, they were winning. This is a team that made playoff pushes, were Super Bowl guys that people looked at as a Super Bowl contender, all that stuff. And we can have that. By the way, the last time that the Jets ran the football hard, played hard-nosed defense, right, and you couldn't get around them, look what happened with us. AFC championships back-to-back.
2009.
Yeah. This is a successful this is a successful format. Let's roll with it. By the way, for those of you that and I'll let you finish up before I let you go. By the way, let's not act like Zach Wilson didn't go out there and single-handedly win us that Steelers game. Let's not act like he didn't do that because he did. So when the time comes and we call on him to do things, now he does need to reel it in. We saw the Broncos game. We saw the Patriots game. But we've also seen those flashes of unbelievable greatness out of him as well, and being able to carry a football team on his back as well. The ability to escape all that stuff, extend plays as well. When he's called upon that, we've seen him do that too. But he's just got to be more consistent down the stretch. That's what I think is going to be the big thing. I'll give you the last word before I let you go, Ted.
That's true. Yeah, Joe, they figured it out in 1 week. When you scramble, you don't go backwards. That's the first thing. You never go backwards. Maybe a couple yards, you can go around one guy, but you don't keep going backwards and then, trying to fling it out of bounds and throw picks.
Yeah.
So we got that figured out. Zach's got to get the Patriot game off of his slate, and the whole team can breathe a sigh of relief. They're tight when they play them. You know what I mean? They don't seem. It's like a fog over them. Like a curse. They have to just finally get over that team and the number of losses they've had and that whole thing, and just go out and smash them and just let's put 35. Let's put 30 on them. 30-17. What's his name? The Patriot quarterback. I can't think of his name. From
Mac
Alabama.
Jones.
He's not very good.
Yeah, Mac Jones.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
And they hardly have any receivers. They have a couple of good players. Matt Judon. That's what they have.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a very well coached team, but we have so many better players. This is the time, Joe.
Yeah.
This is our time. So I'll let you be, Joe.
Yeah. Listen, Ted, I want
Happy Veterans Day, Joe. I don't know if my phone cut out in the beginning, but
thank you so much. I have sound issues as well. I guess what's going on here, but listen, thank you so much, Ted, for calling in. We'll have that show Tuesday, and we'll talk about. Let's enjoy this bye week. All right, you have yourself a good one, my friend.
All right, Joe. 34-17, Joe. You want to know my score now? Have a good evening, Joe.
All right, you have a good one,
care,
Ted.
Joe.
Peace out. Again, salutes to everybody watching. We'll keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I want to thank everybody again for watching and talking to me. Salutes all the savages. I don't know what was going on with the sound. I think it was YouTube. I'm not sure, but we're figuring it out. So everything's good. All right. Let me know if anything else is going on. Salutes again to all the savages. Val, at GVH, all the guys in there, Vibes, everybody in there, E-Manning, Mr. Magic. Salutes to all of you guys letting me know what time it is and what's going on. But we'll keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I think this is Val on the Skype line here. Let's see if this is Val on the Skype line. Salutes to you, Skype caller. Is this my guy, Val? Is this my guy, Val?
Yes, sir.
So listen, for those of you that don't know, Val, he's a savage. Savage. Salutes, Val. I want to thank you for calling in. And listen, and thank you for letting me know. You know, YouTube can't handle the heat sometimes, so they be jacking around with stuff.
Listen, man, you know how it is, man. Too much heat coming from the phone, man. Sometimes it just can't handle it, Joe.
Man, listen. Look, we're hot. The New York Jets are 6-3, right? We're in a bye. We're going into the bye right now. No game this week. Guys are getting healthy. We're dealing with the injury to Sheldon Rankins, man. What are your thoughts about him going down 4 to 6 weeks with his dislocated elbow? How do you think that'll impact the New York Jets defensive front?
I mean, listen, man, basically piggybacking off of the last caller, man, he said it right. Like, we do have depth. So that's what I love about this team so far, man. We have a lot of depth, and I feel like, you know, somebody's going to fulfill that role and actually execute. Because I feel like this defensive line is very – we had to get rid of a player not too long ago because we had so much depth that some of the rookies were going to get in no – so, you know, that's a good thing about depth. So – I feel like next man up.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, it is. It's next man up, man. And when you look at the situation, go ahead.
We definitely could use him.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying next man up, but hopefully he comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Again, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, but we've heard from Quinnen Williams. He said that, you know, Sheldon Rankins has talked to him and that he's going to come back before the 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll see. But as you look at this New York Jets team now, man, we're 6-3. We're at the bye. What do you believe is our offensive identity, man? What is our offensive identity, Val?
Man, ground and pound, running that ball. I feel like that's how it is. I feel like this team has been, man, listen, like before the season even started, I said we was going to win either 6 or 7 games. I need to see improvement. If they pass my expectations, I am very happy about that. I needed to see some improvement, especially off of last year. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, I am as well. But there's a lot of Jets fans, Val, that are looking at Zach Wilson and thinking that he should be throwing for 300 yards a game. And because he's not doing that, they're saying, hey, you know, I'm sure you've heard as well. There's a lot of Jets fans out there saying that he's a bum, he's a bust, and they're expecting more out of him as far as 300-yard games as the season continues on. Give me your thoughts about that, man. What do you say to those Jets fans that believe that Zach is not doing enough because he's not throwing for 300 yards a game?
Now, you know me, Joe, I'm not really a big Zach Wilson fan like that either because, listen, I'm a tough critic. I'm like the Kobe Bryant. Like, you know, I need you to see if you're that guy for us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And even though this is like like you were saying, it's like the 49ers ground and pound, I don't want to have a quarterback us going to the playoffs and, you know, potentially having that Mark Sanchez situation again when we go against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where we need that quarterback to come through, he doesn't come through. But Zach Wilson did come through in a couple of games. I would give him that. But he has to work on his footwork. He has to work on his accuracy. Just like I've been saying in the chat, those layup passes, we need those layup passes because those are very important, because if you're not taking those layup passes, you're going to put us back, and then we're going to have to punt the ball and get the defense back out there after they did a great job, which they've been doing all season. I am very happy with that defense. But, yeah, going off of with Zach Wilson, he just needs to play better. And, you know, I just really hope he develops. This is his second year. He officially had his off season as a pro. So, you know, let's just hope he develops and gets better throughout time, you know, throughout these games.
Yeah, you know, look, I understand that there's a lot of Jets fans that want to see, you know, him throw for 300 yards a game and do all that stuff. And I understand that, and I know, Val, you've been a big critic of Zach Wilson, and I respect that. I'm a realist as well.
I'm saying he's a bum.
I'm a realist about Zach as well. But my thing is, I want him to do what's right within the system. Okay, this system it works, and we've seen it. We've seen success. I've told people constantly, I'm stuck on the West Coast. I live here. The West Coast is the best coast. I want to be clear about that. All right, but I watch the Niners week in and week out. I'm forced. Okay, I'm forced to do that. So I've seen this system. It is very boring. It is very, you know, run heavy, the Shanahan system. And guess what? It's successful. And not asking Zach to do a lot, but just make the simple throws and do his thing, I think will be big. But like you said, the footwork has to get better. Also, the assessment of defenses, or his ability to assess what's going on out there against pressure, I think is going to be huge as well. If he could get better about that down the stretch, that's going to be huge, because what a lot of teams have been doing, stacking the box, sending pressure at him, and he hasn't been able to get the ball out quick enough or decipher things quick enough to continue our offense to get flows down the field. But again, we've seen against the Bills, he also utilized his feet to run for first downs. So he's getting better at that as time goes on, but he needs to clean that part of his game up.
Joe, he ran forward.
Yeah.
He ran forward this time, Joe. He ran forward, so I'm guessing he was listening, you know, after the game, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't run backwards, he ran forward.
He did.
Glad he ran for that first down.
He ran forward, and that's all we needed. Now, Val, when you look at our defense, man, Quinnen Williams is a guy that has stood out.
Ooh.
Quinnen Williams has stood out this year like crazy. He already has 7 sacks, right? 7 sacks already in the season. What are your thoughts about his impact that he's had on the season so far?
Pay that man. Yes, we need him back. We definitely need him back, and he's on his techniques, and he's showing that he has been that guy. And I feel like he is worth the money to bring him back. That's why I didn't want Bradley Chubbs, because I feel like we need to pay the people who've been here since day one, and he's been here since the lowest of lows with the Adam Gates. We know them days. So he's been sticking around. He's still here. So, you know. So I feel like he's definitely taking that next step, and he's going to be a Pro Bowl this year. Hopefully, you know, as time goes on. But he's been killing it.
Yeah,
definitely been killing it. He was just Defensive Player of the Month not too long ago.
Yeah, he's playing extremely well now. Val, before I let you go, we're 6-3. You know, we're going to be coming out of that bye again. We have a game coming up, and we'll talk.
Mosley too. I feel like a lot of people speak on C.J. Mosley as well too. We have to give C.J. Mosley as well credit as well. He's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been playing well too. Now, with those guys playing the way that they have been, we're 6-3 now. Again, we're at the bye. Have your expectations been raised to the point where you think the New York Jets should be in the playoffs absolutely this season?
Oof.
Is it playoffs or bust for you? I'm asking because I've already been. Listen, Val, I have already talked to multiple Jets fans that are saying, dude, it's playoffs or bust this year. They better make the playoffs, or this season is a complete failure. Give me your thoughts, man. Is it playoff or bust for you, Val?
Man, like I said at the beginning of this season, was 6 and 7 wins for this team for me, for my expectation. But if they pass it, I am happy. Now, we are at the standpoint. I want us to make the playoffs. If we make the playoffs, I will be so happy. We could finally we haven't been to the playoffs in a decade. It's been since the Lakers won the championship with Kobe Bryant. You know, that was a very good year. But it's been a long time. So I want to make the playoffs so bad, but we have to take every game step. We can't sleep on no team. I don't care if it's the Chicago Bears. We cannot sleep on their team.
Yep.
I see a lot of content creators saying, "Oh yeah, we're not worried about the Dolphins' defense and everything." No, we cannot sleep on no team.
Yep.
We have to take every team serious until we get to that point. That's my take.
Yeah.
I feel like we could.
Yeah. I feel like we can as well, man. I mean, the way that this football team is looking and playing, that Bills game, that's playoff caliber football. Going out there, taking care of business, even with the stoppage and all that stuff, we never stop. We keep moving. So, again, I'm a game-by-game type of guy. Okay, I will say that. I want to see us continue on, but I can't lie. This team looks like it could end up in the playoffs. But, again, I'm a game-by-game week kind of guy. But, Val, I got to continue on. We got callers. I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in next time I have a show, man. I want to hear from you. Go ahead.
I wanted to touch on Elijah Moore. I feel like I'm glad
go,
that
I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
Should have been in the slot. Yeah, I wanted to touch on Elijah Moore. He hasn't touched the ball since the Dolphins game, and that's been a long time. And he should have been in the slot in a long time ago. I feel like he's a little shorter. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for Zach to give him the ball. So as he be in the slot, I feel like he's going to see him a lot more. He's going to give him a lot more targets as well too, because he has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, man, I can't wait, man. And thanks for the call, and happy Veterans Day to you, Joe. And like and subscribe to Joe, man.
Absolutely.
Show, man.
Listen, thank you so much, Val. Thank you so much. You have yourself a good night, my friend. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Salutes to everybody in the chat. Salutes to all the savages. Salutes to everybody out there listening. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping it flowing. We're keeping it moving. You know what I mean? We got everything going on. We're 6-3. The Jets are at the bye, and I am fired up, man. I'm fired up. So let's keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Rusty. Rusty, we're coming directly to you. Chris, Atlanta, my guy Bill, hold on a second. Jersey as well, 973. Hold on. We'll get to everybody, all right? Salutes to my guy, Rusty. For those of you that do not know, Rusty, he's a savage. Savage. We're coming directly to my guy. Listen, Rusty, salutes. All right. We got a lot to talk about, man. Okay. Look, this New York Jets team, 6-3. We're at the bye. Things are looking real good for us. Give me your thoughts, man, on Zach Wilson. What is your assessment of him so far at this bye during the season?
Salutes, Joe. Salutes, fellow savages. And thank you, too, Joe, for your service. And
no problem, man.
Welcome home, bud.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about. It's all about.
Absolutely. And as far as with Zach, I think he's progressing. That's all we can ask for. And if you go for, if people like to do those mirror things, what is it? Josh Allen, for his first 18 games, how Zach just ended, they're mirror images.
Mm-hmm.
Like, almost, it's pretty scary how it's pretty much the same. So he's been trending up, and I think, I hope that he's better than Josh Allen, as all of us should be as well, I'm pretty sure. But I think, he's what is he, 5-1?
Yeah.
Is that what his record is so far?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not 1-5, so that's good.
What areas do you think he needs to improve in, Rusty?
Dump offs, decision making, the Farvish. I love that. He wants to deliver and his go-getter, but that Farvish stuff, man, that terrifies me. Like running backwards, thinking, he can just thread an absolute needle and just, throwing stuff up, and he's like Wild Things, sort of what do they call it? Hawk actually said that. Gotta give credit for the name of it, but he's like Wild Thing. Like, what's that guy's name? Vince Vaughn from the baseball movie. He's crazy. I think he just needs glasses and it'll be a little bit better. But he's it's good because when you rear him back, you can see it. And he acknowledged it, after the Patriots game, and it showed on Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for, the Skycam gate, I don't think that fumble happens, that other stuff, because we were delayed. What was it, like 12, 16 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 12 minutes.
And it
Yep.
obviously messed with us. Yeah, it messed our flow up. It gave the Bills rest. And I'm glad it backfired and it turned them into the miserable Bills.
Yeah.
So, go kick rocks, Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to get out of there.
outcome.
Yeah, we were able to get out of there with a W, but one of the things that came out of that game as well, again, Zach did what it took there, definitely moved his feet. We also saw an injury to Sheldon Rankins out 4 to 6 weeks. Give me your thoughts, this dislocated elbow. What kind of impact do you think that has on the Jets front? Do you think we have players that will be able to step up in his absence?
I think it might be a blessing in disguise, man. Honestly, it's
Really?
I love Rankins, but it's hearing me out a little bit just because now, what was it, all season? JFM and Q have never been next to each other whatsoever. JFM is a crazy good defensive tackle, and they always put him at defensive end, or he's never in there with Q. Now he's going to be there with Q. So it might be even more of a terrifying defense. I'm just saying, I would, lean towards like 51% to 49 on that. So that's how I feel.
Okay. I mean,
But I think I'm trying to look on the upside of it, but it sort of makes sense in that way because JFM is a crazy good tackle.
Yep.
And how are you going to, if you double team Q, now JFM is by himself? Because what are you going to do about our defensive ends? What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
And you put Lawson in there with Johnson, and you put him in there with Clemens, or just the other round of guys. It's literally like, it's like a butcher block. You just chopping all the team's heads off, and it's just a rolling thing of butcher knives, like Salah said. It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah,
and it's just progressing.
What's been impressive to me as well is our rotation has been very solid. Again, I personally believe that it's going to suck losing Sheldon Rankins, of course. But I think we have other guys that be able to step up and play solidly. Of course, I'm not asking for the same type of production from, Nathan Shepard or Tanzil Smart. Again, those guys are good. I think they'll be able to hold the fort. But we still got guys. Again, we talk about our pass rush. I don't think it's going to completely fall off. We got Lawson. We got Jermaine Johnson. We got Michael Clemens, Bryce Huff, who's played extremely well this year as well. But for me, one of the guys has been extremely impressive coming into this season, especially with all the pressure that's been on him. Quinnen Williams. I remember at one point, and I'm sure you remember as well, Rusty, in the offseason, there was some Jets fans talking about trading him. Remember that? Like, I know some people don't want to talk about that. There was people that was talking about that, Rusty.
I wasn't about trading him.
There was some. I'm not saying you was.
Calling him Baby Kiwi.
Yeah.
No. I didn't take him, as he had to step it up, and boy, did he ever.
Yeah,
and that's for the past couple of years, I've been calling him Baby Kiwi, but I don't anymore. I call him Q.
Yeah, let me tell you something. There was some Jets fans at one point talking about. Yeah, there was some Jets fans at one point talking about trading the guy, saying, "Hey, I don't know if he's a guy we can go forward with." And he's come out and shown us like serious talent. This guy's been dominant this season, played very well. He's already got 7 sacks this year. Give me your thoughts about him, man. How do you feel about the way that he's been able to play so far in the interior?
It's crazy. It really, I'm happy. I'm beyond thrilled because it's us. And if it's a humble pie that I have to eat, I'll eat the whole entire thing as I'm doing. I'm cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. And if we were gonna trade, I wasn't wanting to trade him because, of course, he produced in that way, but just had that hype in a way to me. And then he changed. He really did. He doesn't laugh like as he used. You know what I mean? And then on the sidelines, I think like when he really snapped, and he was just like, and I had enough, and he didn't blow up on the coach, but did at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that might have been that extra, just little straw that broke the camel's back just to get him like what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Because oh man, he's taking the NFL by storm and people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're not talking about Aaron Donald as much.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Q.
Yeah. I mean,
That's weird.
dude,
in a good way.
he has been dominant. Like, he has really played some great football this season. Now, my final question before I let you go, Rusty, you've been bringing some heat. Look, there's a lot of Jets fans saying that this is a playoff team, and they're saying we should absolutely be in the playoffs. They're demanding it. When you look at this Jets team, you look at what we've been able to do so far. Have your expectations been raised to playoff caliber?
They've definitely, like, I don't, if say, because there was that one year, if you remember, when the Patriots, they didn't get into the playoffs and they were like, what, 11-5 or something?
Mm-hmm.
If we wound up 11-6 and not in the playoffs, I'd be pissed, but not, like, we'd be 11-6. That'd be great. But as far as, we have to have a 500, we have to have an above 500 for the next half of the season.
Okay.
That's a must. And I want, of course, I would definitely want the division. There would be disappointment, but then, if we look in the rearview mirror just of last year, it's already like, whoa. And and I expect better, like what we're doing now and how, it's going. But, yeah, I mean, you could probably put me in that category of the playoffs.
Okay.
But I want us to be more of a, above 500 for the next half. And in a dominant fashion too, not getting like blown out. Have the team, like, if somehow the other team win, like they're limping out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're all messed up and it's not looking good for them. So that's what I hope. And then after that, just because it's a mentality, it's just completely just 180. And I've been a Jet fan forever, and I'm pretty sure you have. It's over 30 years. So they've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's been phenomenal.
It's a confidence thing without arrogance.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
It's like, it's a self thing. Like they get offended if it doesn't accomplish the goal, and it's each individual and everyone works together. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
working as one.
listen, Rusty, I got to get back to these lines. We got callers. Again, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right, my friend?
Absolutely, fam. And, shout out to the Savages and salutes again to you, Joe. Thank you again, not just only on today, but all the time. Thank you for what you did.
Absolutely.
Stepping up for our country.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, my friend. You have yourself a good one. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers, and you call in. Please be patient. We're going to get to everybody. All right? All right. Sounds good. Everything's good. You know what I'm saying? We getting things rolling. Salutes to everybody. Salutes to all the Savages. My guy GVH in the chat salutes as well. He says, Joe, what do you think we do with our wide receiver situation should, I guess, Corey Davis come back? Should we dress 6? Should we sit Jeff Smith? If we sit Jeff Smith, what position takes a hit? If we dress 6, what position takes a hit? Same can be said on return of O-lineman. I definitely think that's what probably is going to happen. Corey Davis, if he comes back and he's fully healthy, I could see Jeff Smith maybe being the odd guy out. I don't know. There's a lot of people talking about Denzel Mims possibly going back to being inactive. I don't know if I want to see that either, because, again, he's a guy that's we've seen some really positive plays from Mims so far. Really positive plays. He had a big catch in that Bills game on third down. I think it was 3rd and 5 that kept that drive alive. And we've seen him do other things as well this season, have really big catches, make big plays, be very effective in the blocking game as well. One of Breece Hall's big runs, Denzel Mims had a big block in that game. So, I don't know how they're going to juggle it, but I think when Corey Davis comes back, it's going to be an interesting situation. But I could see them, keeping Mims active. I think he's been playing really solid this year. So we'll get back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers. We're getting back to these lines. Listen, I'm getting to my guy, Chris. Chris, I'm coming directly to you. All right? I want to hear from my guy, Chris. Salutes to you, Chris. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, Chris, we're talking, man. We're 6-3. We're at the bye. We're enjoying ourselves, seeing what happens with the Jets going forward. Salutes to, again, all the Savages, Ronald Perry, Phenom, everybody in the chat. Listen, What is your assessment of Zach Wilson, man? How do you feel about him at this point in the season?
I just think Zach maybe not be. I don't know if he's 100% because the way he's running and stuff. If you have surgery during the year, I don't know if this guy's playing 100%. But I just know that he likes bigger targets, and I know that like Corey Davis come back, you should be getting some of those long passes that everyone's talking about, and you should get. But I don't know if Zach's 100%. That's one of the things I looked at when he was running. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you need to look at is if he's playing 100%. He may be 80, 85, but I don't see the bounce and stuff in terms of when he's running and stuff like that. You don't really see that like you did, prior to the injury. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, to me, he looks like he's fine. He's out there. He's making throws. He came back against the Steelers. He looked fine to me. He's running around out there making plays. He's escaping. He's throwing. Now, what makes you think that? Is it the decision making? Is it what it is? Because if that's the thing, now he's made some bad decisions this year. We saw it against the Broncos. We saw it against the Patriots, where especially against the Broncos, the running back spinning around. That, I mean, shows the athletic ability, but it also shows, that upstairs he's got to start processing things faster against pressure.
Yeah, it just seems like last year when they were blitzing him, when there was a lane, he would take it. Now he's kind of hesitant to take that lane. And I don't know if it's because he won't want to get hit, he doesn't want to get banged. But last year, if that lane was open, that lane.
Well, I mean, last season he was getting hit a lot. He was getting hit a lot last season as well because he was holding on to the football. I don't. There hasn't been a lot of lanes this season I've seen for him to take off where he didn't necessarily take it and go. I think a lot of the issues this season was either him holding on to the football too long or running outside of the pocket for whatever reason and trying to force footballs down the field. That's been the biggest mistakes that I've seen him make. Go back to that Patriots game, go back to that Broncos game. That's what he was doing when he threw those interceptions in that Patriots game. Yeah. That second one where he launched it, that was such a stupid throw, but it's because he's trying to force things and he's trying to force himself into making plays. That's what I think has been the biggest hindrance to him this season, Chris.
I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. I think he'll get it like the last game, and I think he'll be fine going forward. I think that he's getting better, which is good. Mm-hmm. So I think that the best that Zach Wilson's become, which is a good thing for us.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about Elijah Moore being moved to the slot? Are you expecting offensive explosion out of him, the second half of the season after the bye?
I think he has a lot to prove. He better. He has a lot to prove from, his teammates. And, if he wants to be that guy, he has a lot to prove. Mm-hmm. I mean, when he gets the ball, he's electric. So if he gets it, watch out. Which is good. I mean, this guy has a lot to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. And you want guys like that wanting the ball and playing chips on his shoulder and have something to prove. So he's going to get the ball, of course. So, I mean, he's got to live up to those expectations. So let's see Elijah do what he got to do.
Yeah.
Because now he's going to be the guy. So he's got to deliver.
Yeah. When you look at this New York Jets defense, man, how impressed have you been with the secondary, particularly Sauce Gardner this season?
Sauce, I was talking to my dad about Sauce Gardner, and one of the things I said is that a rookie, I don't know if there's ever been a rookie that's been, like, eligible for MVP votes. I don't know if he came in the NFL and actually get some kind of MVP votes, but when the Jets make the playoffs, and I said when, because I really do expect them to get to the playoffs. Okay. I think Sauce Gardner's going to – he's one of the best. I mean, Joe, he's one of the best I've ever seen. And I've seen, like, Lester Hayes. I go back. Mm-hmm. I go, like, Deion. The only guy that had that kind of effect was Deion.
Okay.
You came in there, you knew like Deion Sanders was that guy. Even Dietmar Reeves when he first came in, I mean, he got torched by Randy Moss, a couple of times. But I don't think Sauce can be. I don't think anybody can be. Sauce is something I've never seen before, man.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
look, I'm not
yeah.
gonna say Randy is Randy. I don't want to go crazy, but I'll tell you what, Sauce has been amazing this season, like you said, and I'm always hesitant to give rookies this type of praise, but man, he is playing on an All-Pro, Pro Bowl level. He is. I mean, he's just. Dude, he's a rookie corner who is matching up with good wide receiver, top wide receiver week after week after week, doesn't shy away from it, goes straight into the fire, and is coming out and playing well. I mean, he had a big interception against the Bills. He's made big plays this season. I think he's just off the charts phenomenal. I'll give you the last word. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I've never seen that before, man. I mean, I was watching that. I was like, wow, this guy's something.
Yeah, he is.
Really? So
he is. He's absolutely unbelievable, Chris. Unbelievable. So my final question before I let you go, man.
And he
go ahead.
For the moment, he's in the moment. He's in the moment. Like he knows what time it is. He knows it's. That's why I said that only guy that came across like that was Deion Sanders. Like he knew the spotlight's on and everything, and he was ready for it.
Yep.
So Sauce is ready for the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, my final question before I let you go, Chris, you look at this Jets coaching staff. Have you been impressed so far with Robert Saleh? What are your thoughts about them? What are your thoughts about Saleh and his staff so far this season? Do you think they've been able to step up and really take a step forward as a coaching staff this year?
Yes, I do. Robert Saleh is, I think it's going to be a good coach here. I just hope that the Jets put enough around Zach and keep building upon giving this guy as much as he can to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had good defenses in the past, good defensive coaches. We've had years where we've actually done good under Rex Ryan, under Herman Edwards, under defensive guys. But I think Saleh sees a little bit of the difference. And I think I think he's talking to Rex on the on the phone. So I mean, it's a different attitude. So you could the difference about what's going on, man. And my last thing is like the Jets defensive line with Sheldon Rankins. You said I really want to see Tanzel Smart and Jonathan Marshall get a shot. I called Bryce Huff. I knew Bryce Huff. I saw Bryce Huff in college, and Bryce Huff was a beast in college with rushing the passer and everything. I knew this guy was going to be a good guy. I feel the same way about Jonathan Marshall and Tanzel Smart. I think they're going to be good players. I don't know if Sheldon. One of the things that we lack in as far as the run game is guys run on us, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to, I think Tanzel Smart, when I saw him in the preseason, and Jonathan Marshall, they're quick to the ball. They're run stoppers. And I think if you put these guys in, you're going to get a good effort. I mean, I'm very surprised they're not on the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see going forward. Again, Sheldon Rankins dealing with that dislocated elbow. We'll see if they call those guys up. But I'm telling you, I think Nathan Shepard and the other guys that we have as well are going to be able to fill in as well. Solomon Thomas especially is going to be within that rotation. These are guys that can fill that spot. So I think we'll be all right. But again, I got to get back to these lines again, Chris. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
All right, thank you. Go Jets.
Absolutely. Let's go. Go Jets, man. Yeah. Again, we'll keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to 973. 973, I'm coming directly to you, Bill 718. We'll get to you in just a second. 973, I'm coming directly to you. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts on Zach Wilson so far this season. What is your assessment of him at the bye week? 973? 973, going once. Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, snap. What up, Joe?
What's going on, man? Give me your name, where you're from. Give me your thoughts about.
It's a Brick City Jets fan.
Oh, Brick City. What's going on, my guy? Hold on. This is Brick City. Yeah. Salutes to you, Brick City. I need you to come up. I need you to come I need you to come closer to your phone, my friend. I don't know if you got some headset on or what's going on, but come closer to your phone. All right.
Yeah, I'm in my car.
All right. Well, deal that up.
We should put the on. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, deal that up and come
Sorry about
closer
that,
to your
brother.
phone
Sorry
because I want to talk to you. All right. Now, listen here. I want to
All right.
I want to have some discussion with you about Zach Wilson, man. Give me your thoughts about his play so far this season. Again, we've seen him kind of be up and down a little bit, but we've seen flashes of greatness. That Steelers game, I thought he was phenomenal in. You know, he continued to play on. He's 5-1 at this point. We saw him in the Dolphins game, just play within the system. He did have 2 bad games, Broncos, Patriots. Give me your assessment of Zach Wilson at this point, man.
I think Zach Wilson, if he, like he distributed in the Bills game without thinking too much, I think we have a franchise quarterback on our hands.
Okay.
He just, he got the arm, he got the mobility. All we got to do is quick throws, not make the boneheaded turnovers. And who knows, man? I've been lucky so far this season, brother, as the way we going. If we beat New England next week, and I believe we will, I believe we will because I didn't call last time. I didn't call last time. You know me, I want all the smoke, man. I want all the smoke. If we beat New England, I guarantee a push maybe to the Super Bowl this year, brother. I feel it in my spirit.
Whoa.
Something is brewing at one Jets drive.
I did not say that. Brick City said that, okay? I'm not going to start talking Super Bowl. I've told people I'm not even ready to talk playoffs yet, okay? I know that there's a lot of Jets fans out there talking. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. But Brick City is saying Super Bowl. Now,
this is the reason why I say this.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's take it back to the Rex Ryan era, right? This team, we got more talent than we had in 2009. But I look at it like this. What was Rex Ryan's main weakness? He never had a pass rush. Imagine if we had a pass rush coming off the edge, we probably would have won 2 Super Bowls by now.
Yeah.
We got interior line pass rush. We got pass rushes outside the defensive ends. We got depth finally for the first time in a very long time. I believe in Sauce Gardner. I've been preaching for the Sauce for a very long time. Me and my brother have been discussing that. DJ Reed should definitely be up there in the Pro Bowl. If Sauce don't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got robbed.
Ooh,
we got robbed.
Okay. Yeah.
It all depends on Zach Wilson in the offense and Mike LaFleur and how the play call going. I mean, we've been running the ball very efficiently. Lately, adding James Robinson was a great addition.
Yep.
Imagine that 3-headed monster next year, man. Hall and Robinson and Carter.
Yep.
That is going to punish teams ground and pound.
Yep.
Zach, I feel like will have a better second half in his sophomore campaign because he had a good rookie second half of his rookie campaign. The kid is getting it together. I know the word patience around here is a little taboo amongst the Jet community, but listen to the Brick City Jets fan, man. I've been around since '96. I'm like a new generation OG. I know all the OGs out there like Green Bean and others have been around longer than I have, and they definitely deserve a championship. We all deserve a championship, man. I remember the missed field goal in Pittsburgh back in 04. I remember Denver in '98. I remember 09 and getting screwed again in Pittsburgh in 2010. We have to beat New England. We have to get that monkey off our back.
And look,
and we got to beat the referees as well.
Yeah.
it just seems like
that's been one of the issues this year too.
The NFL does nothing about it. It sickens me. It sickens me.
Yeah, we've
had put the pressure on these guys. They're not good.
Yeah, we've had
I'm saying this right now. They're not good. They're not good.
Yeah, we've had some tough.
New England has been, I'm sorry to cut you off, brother.
Yeah, we've had some tough roughing the passer calls this season. There was a call, oh my goodness, against the Patriots. Mac Jones literally dropped his head and shoulder into C.J. Mosley, and they call helmet to helmet on C.J. Mosley. He was like, what is he supposed to do, bro?
Ran out the pocket.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do?
I mean, come on, he was a runner. He was a runner. It wasn't like he was in a sliding motion. He was he lowered his shoulder and tried to truck C.J. Mosley over. Good luck with that, Mac Jones. Good luck with that. Let's talk about C.J. Mosley for a second. The guy, even though, for his first 2 years with us, the injury and him coming back and everything, we had questions about him in his ability, not his leadership, not his mental, but he's been playing phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
he has.
really the leader of the locker room. He's really a dog in that defense, and he's really bringing that Baltimore-like mentality mixed with Salah's Seattle Legion of Boom mentality to us. And we just a couple pieces away. I mean, we got the pass rushers.
Yep.
Like, I know the draft was very long away. I don't want to take too much of everybody's time.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like we got the corners. I feel like we need to add a free safety, a cover safety.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe sprinkle in some cover linebackers.
Yeah.
We
Well, I
got
think
guys that can hit stuff around. We got guys like, Quan Alexander, sideline to sideline guys. But Quincy Williams been doing very, very well. Another unsung hero.
Yep.
I think if we add a couple pass coverage linebackers, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I mean that's
good.
that's
We'll be
something.
fine, as long as the offensive line stay healthy.
Yeah, that's something I think that Joe Douglas is going to look at, especially again when you look at the age of C.J. Mosley. He cannot play forever. We're still, the contract and stuff is going to continue to get worked on because again, I know they restructured, but that deal, that deal is that deal. So we're gonna continue to figure things figure things that are going to be going on going forward with him. Now, my final question before I let you go, Brick, you've been bringing some heat. Is there a player that you've been disappointed in so far that you expect to really take really start to do better and have more of an impact going forward after this bye week?
Oh, that's an easy one, brother. That's Elijah Moore. That's Elijah Moore.
Mm-hmm.
That's Elijah Moore. I really feel like he's been around some bad company, some guys that are about self and not about the team.
Yeah.
Because this guy is explosive. He's very shifty in the slot. I understand his frustrations. I don't understand. I mean, everybody got to eat. Everybody got to eat. And he got to understand maybe, he wasn't in the game plans. Maybe sometimes you have to be a decoy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to draw those double coverage to free up Garrett Wilson, to free up a Corey Davis, to free up somebody coming down in the underneath routes. He's a young guy. I really feel like it will show how his mental toughness will be going forward. And I really hope that LaFleur and the offensive coaching staff have put him back in the slot. I know there's been some talks for the last couple of days. I think Saleh did an interview, if I was correct, in saying he's going to be in the slot going forward. And I feel like him and Barrios can split those, slot reps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's a scary offense. If the offensive line can hold, imagine Becton healthy.
Yeah.
Imagine Mitchell healthy. Imagine LVT healthy. We will really be a force to be reckoned with, my brother. I really, truly believe that. I really, truly believe that. We're just on the cusp of it. And if we can pull together, I see things happen. Look at the Bengals. They went to the Super Bowl because of sheer talent they have and everything, but we're better than them guys.
Oh.
And I feel like if we meet them in the playoffs, we're beating them. I feel like we meet Kansas City, we're beating them. Because we're road warriors this year.
Yeah.
Something I haven't seen since 2009. We played in that little playoff run. But we got pass rushers.
Yeah.
We got guys that can cover. We got some guys that can hit. It's just the offense got to put it together. Zach got to seize the moment. I know he had seized the moment plenty of times this season. Pittsburgh, Miami, Buffalo. So all these haters and ESPN, all these haters that want to keep crapping on our team can kick rocks because they're going to eat a lot of crow. And I'm talking to you, Brady Quinn, because you did. Oh, my bad. You was a Jet for a couple phones.
Listen, you're bringing the heat right now. Brick City salutes, man. Listen, I want to thank Brick City for calling in. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Next, I'm going to 718. 718, we're coming directly to you. Jake, Bill, 973 will come to you in a second. 718, you're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about Zach Wilson so far this season. What is your assessment of him at the bye?
Hey, Joe, Phenom from the Bronx, New York. I talked to you earlier in the season, and just a big shout out to you and the Savages.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Talk
to us, Phenom. Talk to us.
Yeah, Brick City brought it, man. He mentioned something that really hit home with me. He talked about being the road warriors.
Yeah.
And so let me tell you my story of the season. I actually went to Pittsburgh. I was at the Pittsburgh game in Pittsburgh. And he talked about Zach Wilson as a quarterback, and he said some things. But there's been some consistency with this team this year. We've had a pass rush. The running game has been playing well. 3 phases of the game we've been playing, offense, defense, and special teams. This has been a great team effort. When was the last time you had a Jet team that was getting turnovers on defense like they have? I mean, just so many things. How about the great job by the general manager when the season before, when you lose Mekhi Becton, it seemed like the season went left. That didn't happen this year. They filled in the patches, man. And then, last but not least, Breece Hall, easily a guy who could have been Rookie of the Year, goes down. You fill in that hole too. So there's been a lot of people doing a lot of good work. Let me say this: the running game. When you give Zach Wilson, and I was at Pittsburgh, when you give Zach Wilson a balanced attack and give him a chance to throw the ball down the field, he can do it. He can really do it. And his mobility is his superpower, and also he has to be able to contain that, because he can get out of the pocket and he can run for a first down. Yeah. Get out of the pocket and get out of bounds or throw the quick pass. So he's still maturing as a quarterback. And I think we have to. This is a team that can grow a long way. I don't think we have you. I think we know we haven't seen the best of the offense. The defense has been elite all season long. Mm-hmm. This is probably one of the greatest defenses I've seen. And I've been around I was born in '62, so I've seen it. I've seen the championship teams. I've seen it. And there's a lot of. We can hang our hats on a lot of things this year.
Yeah. The thing for me, though.
What Brick City said.
I don't mean to cut you off there, but the thing for me, though, and you talked about Zach Wilson getting outside and getting outside the pocket and showing us the athletic ability, the ability to get the ball out and stuff, but he's just got to reel that in sometimes, and I talked with Brick City about it, and other callers too. He can't force footballs where they don't belong. He's got that elusiveness, all that stuff, but he's got to play within the system. And I think, again, we've seen that in the Steelers game, but he played within the system against the Packers. We took that game. He played within the system within the Dolphins, played very solidly, found guys. So he can do that too, but he's got to be very, very controlled and concise with his decision-making and be careful with the football.
I agree 100%. He can he can be a game manager. Being a game manager is fine. Mm-hmm. We win football games. That's fine with me all day long. Look, get the play. It's just like he's a point guard in basketball. Get the playmakers the ball. That's what you're a point guard. Mm-hmm. You're getting your best people involved, and you're not forcing it. Yeah. Sometimes you have to run for a first down. Sometimes you have to run the football. Sometimes you have to throw the short one rather than the long one. You throw to the guy who's open, not the guy who wants to get the ball. Yeah. Look. This is the ultimate team game, and the Jets can win. So I'm going on the road. I'm going to Minnesota. I just booked this trip. Look, this is a special season for us. There might not be a tomorrow. We don't know what's going on with Becton. We don't know what's going on with AVT. We gotta strike while the iron is hot. Mm-hmm. I'm not promising Super Bowls, but I expect to see the Jets in the playoffs. And if they don't, they would have had a great season, but it would still been disappointing. Okay. Yo, Joe, you are the Savages, man. You guys are on top, man. So keep on doing your thing, man. And peace to you, my brother.
Listen, salutes. Thank you for calling in, Phenom. This was a phenomenal call from you, man. Again, I want to thank Phenom for calling in, man. They're bringing the heat. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Again, wherever you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up, okay? And also subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that notification bell as well. I want to thank everybody that does that. And I want to thank everybody, that's listening and calling in. Salutes. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Bill. Jake973 will come to you in a second. Salutes, Bill. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, Bill has some takes, and I want to get your thoughts on this, Bill. The New York Jets are moving Elijah Moore to the slot. How are you feeling about that, man?
Hey, Joe. Hope you're doing well, man. Who would ever thought we'd be 6-3 at this point? Nobody.
Yeah.
They're right now.
Yeah.
They're right now. We're going to keep it going. When you look at Elijah Moore in the slot, I got to tell you, we go back and look. I don't know at this point if it's going to make a lot of difference where you put him. If Zach doesn't get his head on straight, so you could put him on the bench. You could put him in the concession stand. I don't think it's going to matter until Zach keeps getting along by following the script.
Okay.
He had a great game last week when he followed the script.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get all crazy. I think the guys, you look back at him in Utah or BYU, he made a living just rolling it out, finding a receiver downfield, just throwing the ball to his receiver. Those days are over. He's not playing against New Mexico State anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that he had to learn that. Everything you saw in the offseason when he's calling guys to go to Montana, of all places, to go work out. You see him at the family dinner with the watching his phone, watching tape. He's always working, but I think this last week he finally accepted the fact that he's just not smarter than everyone on the field.
Mm-hmm.
He has to work. He has to follow the script, and he can follow that script. And watching film and doing all that research and working with their coach outside of the team is great. But at the end of the day, everyone else is a professional athlete, and you have to know what you're doing. So he's bought in, and he continues to just go ahead and if it's not there, run, which he, started doing last week. He wasn't sitting there scrambling around trying to throw the ball into triple coverage. He said, okay, if I can get 5 yards, let's get 5 yards.
Yeah.
They have to keep drilling that into his head. He's had the week off. Keep drilling that in his head so he can get through his first or second read. Then we might see some Elijah Moore. Then we could talk about Elijah Moore. But, he got 0 targets last week. I didn't see him open a whole lot. I looked at the all-22.
Mm-hmm.
I think, a lot of it last week was just one read for Zach. One read or run. And they wanted to kind of just keep it simple. They had that trick play that got kind of fell apart with Garrett Wilson when he rolled out and was looking to throw the ball and ended up fumbling it. But, I think that was a throw to Zach that it just, that play just blew up. But, more things like that. Get him involved in the offense in unconventional ways. Get him comfortable. Get him, stop thinking so much out there. Stop worrying about what's going to happen and just act. Then we'll see, then we can see some Elijah Moore, get some numbers. Then he can be a little more satisfied. Maybe he'll settle down and can stay off the internet for a little bit.
Listen, Bill.
On the game plan week in, week out.
Listen, Bill, you are talking some facts, man. And I've been telling people this left and right. We heard Sulla come out this year as well, right after the Patriots game, and say, listen, he's got to start making the boring throws. That is something that echoed from last season. They told him the exact same thing. Throw the ball away. Make the boring throw. Don't kill us. That's the big thing with Zach going forward. Don't kill us. Don't throw the interception. Don't try to force the ball where it doesn't belong. And I know that Zach talked about wanting to make a play, and he wants to. But when you start forcing stuff, and we saw it against the Patriots, you start throwing interceptions, you're giving them great field position. You're giving these guys points. And, our defense was phenomenal. A lot of that was just field goals. But you do that against these upper echelon teams, and you'll get blown out the water. But again, against the Bills, we saw something different. He got the ball away. He kept everything short and concise. Exactly. He kept everything smart, made the smart throws, did what it took, and that was that. And that got us the W. He even made plays with his feet, was able to get some first downs with his feet that kept our drive going. But man, that was huge for us. And like you said, just go with the script. That's what this system, and there was a lot of Jets fans that were calling for him to throw for 300 yards a game. And I said, listen, this system is not built like that. Run the football, okay, and allow your quarterback to make the smart, concise throw on third downs to keep these chains moving. That's what this system is about. Now, with that, and I know we're talking about Zach Wilson, what is our offensive identity to you, Bill? Because for years, the New York Jets have struggled trying to find an offensive identity. When you look at us at this point, what do you see our offensive identity being?
Okay, when you talk about the Shanahan system, which everyone talks about, our bulk of our experience with that has been with Garoppolo at quarterback, right? So Garoppolo's not a guy you expect to throw for 300 yards. So I think people think run first, but it's an opportunistic passing offense, and I think that's what Zach's going to bring to the table once he gets right. He's going to get right. He just needs more reps. He's got to work it out. When he gets to the point where he can definitively make the right calls and just react without thinking too much, then I think it's going to be more of an offense where people are going to be focused and expect to be run heavy, and it can't be run heavy, but those opportunistic throws are what's going to kill him. When he's looking like a Deebo Samuel, we have Garrett Wilson. That's a Deebo-esque kind of guy, but we have a lot of in terms of the ability to make something happen after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start to get Zach comfortable, and we're going to run the ball, even with this offensive line that is, they're introducing themselves for every game this year because it's always some different guys in there. I mean, we've gotten fortunate, been consistent the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But, with the protections that have been kind of, Zach, half the time, I kind of see why he's running for his life because he's got guys on his lap. Mm-hmm. But, once that gets kind of stabilized and it gets better as these guys get more experience with the same five, then, then we can see him take an opportunity to start going to second read, start seeing more of the Elijah Moore's open, more when Corey gets back. Corey's been a beast when he was out there with the slant, just running that slant, using his big body, getting that catch, and getting a little bit more after he catches it. Then, then I think it's going to – people go and studying it as a run-first offense, which it can be run-first to set up everything else. But Zach has the arm talent, and he can make all those throws. And when he gets his head right, I mean, you think about – a play like that in the 49ers offense now with Garoppolo, I mean, how explosive is that going to be? So, in terms of what it looks like, I think what we expect it to look like is not going to be what it's going to end up looking like because you're going to have a fairly balanced hybrid offense, not in terms of necessarily attempts, like there's not going to be equal number of throwing attempts, but the yards per attempt are going to be up there once we can get this thing going. And I think that can happen this season. I think that's going to happen after the break. I think they're going to really lay one on Belichick for the next game. So I'm thinking that's a game where we're going to expect to see it be, like it's been run. But I think they're going to let Zach kind of open it up a little bit, especially, when you think about the criticism he's gotten. He's not looking into social media anymore, which is good. But, he goes in that locker room, and you look at the All-22 on a lot of plays. A lot of guys are sitting there. They're not too happy with him after he's missing wide open guys. So he has to go to that locker room to practice, and he's got to show up for his teammates. And it looks like these guys are putting the right amount of incentive into him to kind of stay focused, stay with the plan. And I think we're going to see that going in this next game coming up next week. Yeah.
So my next and final question with you, Bill, because you've been bringing some heat, man. Give me your thoughts about this Jets defense. What is the most? Who have you been impressed the most with? The player you've been impressed the most with this season for us defensively? Who's the guy that you has really stood out and made you go, wow, this guy is really putting on for this defense this year?
Well, I think we expected it from Sauce when they drafted him. So, I mean, as impressive as he's been, I think he's, anyone who watched him at Cincinnati, no one knew Cincinnati was going to be any good last year. You look at back what happened, they had him on one side shutting down offenses. And it wasn't just like a college guy doing it. You could see that the guy had a lot of traits, and he's transformed that over to the pro side. So, as incredible as he has been, and as credible as Q has been, another guy who, came in, he was getting his feet wet. He's learning to deal with a lot of different coaching changes over the few years he's been here, but that guy settled in. I got to be honest, like the person that's impressed me the most is Mosley. I mean, I know people kind of get on him for some of the past coverage lapses that may have happened, but the guys can see at his age and for the injury that he's coming back from, the guys play with a high motor. He's leading that defense, and as much as people want to, you could say the guys up front are putting the pressure on. They're getting 4-man pressure, which is huge in this league. You've played so many teams that have to use 5 guys to get pressure. Using 4 men, that frees up an extra guy.
Yep.
Then you look in the back end, and we have the corners are just locking guys down. So essentially, we've taken away that threat. So the linebackers have to come through and just clean up what's there, and they're doing that job. And I think those guys are unsung because Mosley's there, and a lot of people are disappointed with the contract, and they expected. I'm not sure what they expected, but I think he's leading that linebacker core. I think Quan Alexander has done a great job. The other way, Q Williams' brother, Williams, is up there. So I think the linebackers, I didn't expect much from them, especially last year when it was just a disaster in the run game. Guys would get through the defensive line, and then it was just a train wreck. But these guys are cleaning up. I think it's because of the efficiency in the front and the back. Then it allows them to play with a little bit more, the ability to just kind of sift through the trash that's out there and make tackles. So, I think everyone at all three levels are playing great. It's being, the guys in the front and back getting the highlights, but when it comes to the guys in the middle stopping the run, I think there's really been a big difference. Because look at last year. I was looking at a couple of games last year just for reference. It was just it was unbelievable how bad the defense was in terms of just giving up the run.
Yeah.
So I think even though, as you mentioned before, we have that injury, got Rankins is out. I agree with you. I think the guys who are next up in the rotation, they'll be fine. Got Thomas is in there. I haven't seen him, stand out a whole lot. He's had a couple of good plays, but give him more reps. Got Nathan Shepard in there. He's going to get some more reps. And going to promote a guy from the practice squad. They mentioned Marshall and Smart. Smart, I was a big fan of coming out of, he was at Tulane, I believe. Either one of those guys can fill it, so I think they're not going to miss a beat. I think they keep that pass rush going in there. A lot of pressure. Carl Lawson's a guy who a lot of people don't see him fill up the stat sheet, but when you watch the games, he's setting up a lot of his other teammates. He's giving a lot of moves inside, bringing confusion on the assignments on the offensive line, freeing up guys on our side to go and make some sacks or get pressure. So Lawson's quiet. I hear a lot of guys criticizing him, but when you watch the game, his contribution isn't just on the stat sheet. Those numbers have been jumping up there, but he's really putting a lot of stress on those defensive offensive linemen. So it's all over, man. I think it's great improvement from the first couple of games. They're looking good. Talk about playoffs. Playoffs would be great, but I think we're so far ahead of schedule.
Hold on. Now, so are we now? This is going to be my final question before I let you go. All right, everybody's trying to slide past this, Bill. I'm not going to let you slide past this one. Listen here, man. Give it to me straight. I don't want the old Bill wiggle. Don't even try it, all right? You're not getting past me, okay, buddy? All right? That's what time it is tonight.
All right.
Give me your take on this quickly. Is this a playoff or bust season for you? Are you expecting the New York Jets to make the playoffs this season? And if they don't, are you disappointed?
I'm expecting them to make the playoffs. I am. I think the rest of the schedule, they can win enough games. It's a competitive. The AFC is competitive, but there's a lot of noise going on with a lot of teams. I think the rest of the schedule is doable.
Okay.
I'm going to be disappointed if they do not. No, because already they are far ahead of schedule where I thought they were going to be this year.
Okay.
Look, they've been playing a year without. Everyone forgot about Becton. I've not given up on Becton. Becton is a beast. Get him back. You get AVT back. Put him back in the lineup next year. There's going to be some additional acquisitions to strengthen this team. So this team is, far from a finished product where they are, and they're already slotted or projected to make the playoffs based on their current status. So, yeah, I'm not going to be disappointed if they. It's a tough conference. AFC is tough. There's going to be a lot of competition out there. So if they can't sneak in, I'll be a little disappointed, but be pleased that we got this far. And I just want them to win the conference. If they can win the conference, that'd be great. Doesn't happen. We already beat the Bills, and if we beat the Patriots next week, then I'm going to be fine. That's going to be a successful season.
Okay.
Beating every team in the conference 1 year, that's good. So,
all right,
we'll see what happens.
Listen, Bill, I want to thank you for calling in. It's been a phenomenal call. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
Take care, my man.
All right, peace out. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Everything's good. I hope everyone, can hear me. Everything's going well. Salutes to all of the savages out there as well in the chat. NY Jets FL, GVH, Jacob Klein. Man, everybody. Ronald Perry. And salutes to Ronald Perry. Ronald Perry says, hey, listen. A game manager is only going to get you butts so far. And I understand that ideology. But I tell you what, I watched the Ravens win a Super Bowl with a game manager. Okay? If that's how far it's going to get me, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Game manager, listen, Mark Sanchez, for all intents and purposes, was a game manager. If he doesn't make one dumb throw against the Steelers, we're in that game. We're like one or two dumb turnovers from Mark Sanchez from being in the Super Bowl. Go back and look at that game. I watched it. I remember collapsing watching that. I think it was whatever. I think it was a pick six or something like that. Or it was a turn for a touch. If he doesn't do that dumb stuff and just properly manages the game, I'm telling you, the Jets could have really been somewhere. So let me tell you something. We keeping things moving. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. You can get places with game managers, and I'll take it all day. Next, I'm going to my guy, Jake. I'm coming to Jake. I know he's got some things he wants to talk about. 973 will come directly to you next. Jake Salutes. All right. Listen, we're talking Jets tonight. Jets 6-3. We're at the bye. We're doing some assessments here on the football team. I know you got some things you want to talk about, man. Give me your thoughts about Zach Wilson so far. What is your assessment of him at this point in the Jets bye?
Joe, first, good evening. How's everything's going? Well, happy Friday. First, I hope you didn't reference Trent Dilfer. Is that what you were saying before, like 2 seconds ago?
Yeah, that's a game manager. They say a game manager can only get you so far. I tell you, a game manager can win you a Super Bowl. He can win you a Super Bowl. That's what he can do.
Yeah, but Joe, let's be honest. That was 20-something years ago. That's really an argument I really just don't want to really hear anymore. I feel like we've heard this too many times.
Is that a Super Bowl or not?
You look at Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. You look at Ryan Tannehill and the Titans.
Yeah.
They drafted Malik Willis for a reason. They know they want to get out of that contract.
But have they not had success with Tannehill? They've had a lot of success with Tannehill, right? They've gone to playoffs. They've been a contender before, right? Tannehill was never going to be the long-term solution there. But Tannehill got them on the door, though. Got them to the doorstep, got them in positions. Do you know how many teams in this league would give up first-round picks for a game manager? Tons of them. Ask these teams out here with bad quarterbacks if they would take a game manager, a guy that's going to come in, make sure that he puts you in the right position to win the game, not throw you out of a game, not turn the ball over, not do something stupid, and constantly keep you in a position to take the game away. Tons of them would do it. Tons of them. We've seen it. We've seen game managers be successful. Not saying that that's all that Zach Wilson is or is going to be, but my goodness, let's stop acting like him going out there playing within the system and doing what it takes and being a game manager is a bad thing. I'll take that every day of the week. How long were we with bad quarterbacks? How long did we have that issue? Christian Hackenberg, Sam Darnold didn't work out here. Geno Smith, Bryce Petty. My God, how many names do I have to keep going on and talking? Ryan Fitzpatrick, all these garbage quarterbacks that we had here, and now you guys want to turn your nose up at a game manager? No, sir. I'll take that every single day of the week.
Here we go.
Every day of the week, I'll take it. Go ahead, Jake.
Was that Mario?
Yes, it was. Because I'm on fire. Here we go. Let's go.
Sounded like that. All right. Look, no, listen. Obviously, this is a segue into Zach Wilson. Look. I don't want to say it last weekend because everybody – look, like I said, I still think the coaching staff is the answer. I believe that full-heartedly. But, right now my assessment of Zach Wilson is still incomplete. It's still very incomplete because I want to see how he does against Bill Belichick because we have not beaten the Patriots yet. I want to see him do well against the Patriots because Bill's not going – listen, if Josh McDaniels got kicked out of town, who should have been the head coach, who I thought – he's not leaving anytime soon, so I want to see how he does against them, and I want to see how he does on the road against the Vikings, how he does on the road against. Listen, we have all road games now against the AFC East, so now we have to see how they do against them. So, like I said, also from last week is that I still said, John Benson looks like Dante Scarnecchia. Mm-hmm. That gives us a fighting chance. You have an offensive line with all the injuries, and George Fant's coming back. Max Mitchell's got I don't know why people think he's coming back so fast. He had a dislocated kneecap. I don't know why people think he's coming back that quick. I don't think he's coming back that quick.
He's been on the field already, Jake. We've seen him on the field working out, and they talked about, and this was last week, they talked about how, and he was out there stretching, running everything. Yeah, Max Mitchell was out on the field, and he was running around on the practice field, and he was stretching and doing all kind of lunges and stuff. That's where the talk came about that, hey, this guy's probably going to return after the bye. Even Sulla came out and talking about it. Now, we'll see what happens. Again, they're still evaluating them, but it's looking like Max Mitchell is probably actually going to come back, so it's a good chance.
That is very surprising because usually a recovery like that takes multiple months. So I'm fairly surprised he's going to come back. So, look, if he does great, that's beyond what I thought it would be medically. But, anyway, so, look, with Zach Wilson, he obviously has to make the singles, doubles, triples. I've been saying this probably in any, chat room, whatever the case may be. He still has to show me he can do that every single week. He did it against the Bills. Fine. Well, also, let's not forget, he fumbled the ball away. He still made bad passes. He still
has that rookie mentality that's still there. It's still there. And look, and listen, I think the one thing we need to talk about for a second, because we're not talking about it enough, and you screamed about it last weekend, Michael Carter is getting it done.
Talk.
It's amazing. Michael Carter is getting it done. And I read an article today at the NFL Network that said that Michael Carter could be having his breakout. See, I did not think he'd have this kind of start, and he's getting it done. But that's James Robinson. That's why I want to step down.
Yeah, Jake, listen, I've been talking about Carter. Look, Breece Hall's phenomenal. He was, great, and he's when he comes back next season, I'm sure he's going to be right back to his old self. I'm excited about him. But I've been talking about Michael Carter for a long time, and I've been telling people that this guy has what it takes. We saw last season. Right? He showed out for us last season. Now this season, even with losing Breece Hall, he's continued on. That final drive against the Bills, that drive where we got the field goal and put the game away there and they didn't have much time left, that drive was led by the running game of Michael Carter, the combination of Michael Carter and James Robinson. I think together they had 124 yards on the day against the Bills combined. Carter, I think this year has like 330 yards rushing. So let me tell you something. Michael Carter, I think, is going to be able to carry the load, him and James Robinson effectively. I think we're still going to be able to run the football effectively, even though we've lost Breece Hall. And Carter's going to continue to show these guys, and not just running the football, but Carter can come out the backfield as well, catch the football, and he is an absolute weapon there. And that leads me to my next question for you, Jake, because there's a lot of people talking about guys moving in and offensive weapons being utilized. A lot of people feel like Elijah Moore's not being utilized correctly. So my final question for you, what are your thoughts and expectations for him now that he's been moved to the slot?
Where's the apology? Where's his apology then? I haven't seen it anywhere. If I was Joe Douglas, I'd sit him down every week and say, "Are you ready to apologize to everybody? Are you ready to stop being a selfish jerk?" No. Okay, we'll deactivate you every week until you're ready to do it. He has not done it. I'm really disappointed at Jet fans that have just sat here and just said, "Let's just let this go by," when everybody was screaming, "This guy was so negative.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a loser." Yeah, he is a loser. He is a loser.
Wow.
I'm sorry. This guy is a loser.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I'm not backing down from this. Everybody on every streaming thing said, "This guy should be gone. This guy should be gone." Yeah, he should be. This guy deserves nothing. He is a loser.
Wow.
We have gone 6-3, and he still will not apologize. I'm not letting him earn a spot. No. Give Jeff Smith the ball. You know what? Let me tell you something. Denzel Mims did. Now, I will say Denzel Mims did kind of want to trade, but this has been iffy for a year.
Kind of wanted Jake. He publicly came out and said, "I want to trade," and his agent, they publicly came out and said, "Denzel wants to be traded." And then the agent came out and also blasted the organization and said they told us personally, "We're not going to cut you, Denzel, but we want out of here." So no, he didn't kind of he wanted out of here. But he has been professional. I'll say that. He has gone out there and done exactly what the team asked him to do. But he wanted to trade, Jake. Continue on.
No, you're right. That's why I wanted to stop myself.
Okay.
But the reality is that Elijah Moore has shown no remorse for any. And then he went on the phone and said, "Well, I'm not getting the ball, man." Like, come on. You see Denzel Mims saying that? No, he didn't.
Okay.
So, yes, I know I'm going to get crushed on this argument, but the reality is that he has done nothing. Okay. Nothing to show remorse. If he can leave the team tomorrow, because it's the not forever league for him.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry to tell this to Jet fans. You want to build a culture here that Robert Saleh is building, which he is, and Joe Douglas are building a roster that's about first guys, don't reward him. Put Jeff Smith on the field. Put Berrios on the field. Put Mims on the field. Let them get their chances, man. Let the tight ends do their jobs that we paid them all this money for that makes the San Francisco offense in New York from LaFleur. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying that every week.
Listen.
He's a loser.
Yeah, okay. That's your take. That's your take, Jake, and I hear it. Now, my final question before I let you go quickly, are you expecting the New York Jets to make the playoffs this season? And if they don't, is it a disappointment for you?
I'm going to stick to my original expectation. I think many Jet fans said this. In December, if we're in that in the hunt box, New York Jets, and Zach Wilson improves to more than the 20th best quarterback, I mean, he's top 15 and above or 12 or whatever the case may be in that top range, that's a successful season to me. Is playoffs possible? I mean, they're going to really have to blow the doors off to make me believe they're still going to make the playoffs. It's a long season, man. Because we didn't think Seattle was going to be this good. We didn't even think Justin Fields was going to be this good, because he is. I'm sorry to tell everybody, I still want Justin Fields. I think the kid's going to be really, really good.
Okay.
And we still have to beat the Patriots. So there's a lot of football left.
Okay.
There's a lot of football. The fact we're going into Thanksgiving and we're talking about the Jets and not talking about who they're taking in the top 5, great.
Yeah.
But the reality here is that there's a lot of football left. It's remained to be seen.
Okay. Well, listen, Jake, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. You gave us some takes, man. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right, have a good night, Joe. Take it easy.
You have a good one, my friend. You have a good one. Jake giving us takes, man. We'll continue on these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. I know people are trying to get at me about this game manager talk, man. Listen, I'll take a game manager every day of the week. Trent Dilfer, Super Bowl. People called Ryan Tannehill a game manager. Titans were constantly in the playoffs, making a run, Super Bowl contenders. People said, Joe, game manager, they can't do anything. Jimmy Garoppolo, anybody remember him? He was a quarterback in the Niners. Not very good. All right, he sucks. Game manager. The Niners were constantly good. Super Bowl contenders. I will take a game manager any day of the week. And I'm not even saying that that's all that Zach Wilson's going to be able to do. But what is so wrong with him going out there, playing within the system, managing the game, making plays and getting out the way? I'll take that every day of the week. We beat Green Bay with him doing just that, making the throws that were there, running the football hard. We beat the Dolphins, same way. I'll take it every day of the week, all right? I'll take it every day of the week. We'll keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, we're going to my guy at 973. 973, we're coming directly to you. Salutes, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in. What's going on, man? Listen, you talk Jets. We go back and forth. There's been a lot of talk, man. I'm getting flack about Zach Wilson and people saying he's a game manager. And give me your thoughts on Zach Wilson so far this season, man. What's your assessment of him at the bye?
Well, with Zach Wilson getting hurt, that's one of our biggest problems, though. But our other guys are stepping up. Nobody expected the Jets to be 6-3 where they are right now. They expected it to be just another season in the toilet. But the other guys have really stacked up, and we're making a run for it in the AFC East right now. I mean, it's the best season in 7 years, and that win against Buffalo last week signified it. So we're doing better than what anybody almost expected.
Yeah.
Even some Jet fans that are the diehard Jet fans, like I am, because I have a cousin who is a diehard Jet fan, and I don't think he even expected this.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing unbelievably well, and we're doing good. And one of the things that I'm looking at is not just the play on the field as well, but our coaching staff. Our coaching staff has made some great decisions this season that's really set us up. Give me your opinion of Sulla at this point, man. How are you feeling about him being a New York Jets head coach? And do you think that they've taken a step forward as a staff this season?
Oh, absolutely taking a step forward. I mean, you couldn't do much worse than, last season at 4-13, whatever it was. He has really stepped up. You don't know what to expect from a first-year coach. I mean, they're just trying to get the bugs on everything, and that wasn't expected to be last year. And this year they have proven to be, a lot better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Salas is really coming through.
Yeah, he is. Now, what are your thoughts about Elijah Moore being moved to the slot?
Good idea. I mean, because every team has an Achilles heel on theirs, no matter how good they are. And unfortunately, Moore has been, ours.
Mm-hmm.
So by moving into a different position, I think it's going to benefit him and the Jets, a lot better.
Yeah. I think it will as well. Now,
everybody has an Achilles heel.
Yeah, going over to the defensive side of the ball. Give me your thoughts on Jermaine Johnson, man. How have you felt about him so far during this season? I know he's missed some games due to an ankle injury. How have you felt about him? What are your thoughts about him as a rookie and how he's performed this season so far?
For a rookie, he's not doing that bad. I mean, you can't expect much. Okay, injuries happen, probably sometimes by rookie mistakes. But, I wouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, for a rookie, he's doing quite well, especially for our team.
Yeah. Now, before I let you go, man, give me your thoughts about Sauce. Sauce to me, has been phenomenal this season. How have you felt about him so far, and what are your expectations for him going forward?
For the coach, or I didn't quite get the question.
Sauce. What are your?
I didn't quite get the.
What are your thoughts about Sauce?
Look, I think everybody is contributing to their own position, and they keep it up. We're gonna do fine. And to answer your question about is it Super Bowl or playoffs or bust the season, no, because I didn't think anybody was expecting to do this well. So I think we've already proven a point of how we've done this season, even if we don't make the playoffs. I mean, we've shown a lot of improvement this year, so I wouldn't think this season's going to be a bust, even if we don't make it.
Okay. Listen, I respect that. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in, my friend. You have yourself a good one, all right? I'm going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking our callers. Next, we're going to 561. 561, I'm coming directly to you. That Sauce question took that boy out. Listen, salute to you, 561. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about this New York Jets defense. What are your thoughts about our secondary so far?
Hey, this is Ronald from the 561. That's West Palm Beach.
Okay. Is this Ronald Perry?
Yes, it is.
Hold on. For those of you that don't know, Ronald is a savage, man. Come on, man. Savage. Ronald, don't ever try to sneak in here, bruh, and not say, yo, fool. Don't ever do that. Do you hear me? When you come in here, you let it be known, I'm Ronald Perry, the savage, what it is, Joe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Come closer to your phone. I want to be able to hear you a little bit. Come closer to your phone. Give me your thoughts.
I'm on it.
Okay, give me your thoughts about this New York Jets defense, man. How are you feeling about it? And what player to you has stuck out the most this season?
New York Jets defense. It may sound crazy because I never said this before, but I think we have the best defense in the NFL. I'm so serious about that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Jets fan.
Okay.
I believe we literally could beat anybody with our defense. Mm-hmm. But that's another thing right there, though, as far as the game manager. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at having Zach as the game manager, but I stand behind it when I say that's only going to get us but so far, because I'm sure it can get us far, and who knows what it could really do if we get lucky. But to tell you the truth, it's not. You can't depend on it. Like when the lights get bright, and the light and Zach is going to have to shine. Mm-hmm. I just don't know about the game management thing. He's going to have to do more than that. And we got a hell of a defense. Matter of fact, we got a great. Not only do we have a great defense, we have a real good. I don't want to say like our offensive line is that great, but we got a decent offensive line. We really do. And the special teams, our special teams is legit. And Jets are so legit this year.
Yeah, but hold on a second, Ronald. Hold on a second, Ronald. I want to go back to you talking about Zach Wilson and the game manager. I understand people saying they think it's only going to get us so far, right? But when you look at game managers that have major success, we're talking Super Bowls, we're talking contenders, we're talking guys that have gone to the playoffs. What's wrong with that? I've seen a game manager win a Super Bowl. I've seen a game manager contend to win Super Bowls before. Jimmy Garoppolo was on a Super Bowl contending team, right? We've seen Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl. We saw Ryan Tannehill. People call him the game manager of all game managers. How long were the Titans just in contention every single year at the doorstep of Super Bowls? Behind what? A solid running game,
right.
a solid running game, Ryan Tannehill making the throws when necessary, and a defense that would just take the life out of you. That's what we're doing here. So, look, I understand people want us to look like, the greatest show on turf like the Rams or throw the ball around like the Saints, but you can win different ways in this league, and I will take a game manager all day. We beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau with this game manager. People say we're going to get blown out in that game. We just beat the Bills. We just beat the Bills, a Super Bowl contending team, with this game manager that people say can't get it done. I'm just saying, Ronald. I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
But when I'm telling you, when the light gets bright, I don't know about this. I'm telling you, I like to see it. You said you've seen other quarterbacks do that whole, game managing thing, and it brings them far. That's what I'm saying. I don't doubt this whole game managing thing can bring us. I know it could bring us far, but I want to do more than that. I want to go not only get into the playoffs. I want to get into the playoffs and be a big dog in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I know if Zach was doing more, as a matter of fact, if Zach keeps being a game manager, things could somebody can come with some great defense and basically shut it down. And then what's he going to do? What's he going to do when the lights get too bright? And I know the defense is going to stand up, but the offense is going to have to do something. We can't 100% rely on defense. Defense can do a lot, but we can't.
Here's the thing, though, Ronald. We saw that this season. When our offense, listen, we played the Steelers. Our defense was playing solidly. The Steelers' defense was playing good, too. Our running game was terrible, and Zach Wilson went out there and won that game single-handedly. And no one's talking about that. He won that game single-handedly. He went out there, manned up, put the team on his back, and won that game single-handedly this season. So when the lights are bright, I've seen him do it. Now, I will say this, Ronald. Again, I'm not the Zach Wilson defender. What I am saying is that we've seen the flashes, but he needs to be more consistent. I will say that. He needs to clean up his stuff against pressure. Absolutely. He needs to be more consistent. He needs to stop with the footwork. He needs to get better with the footwork and stop making bad decisions, trying to run outside the pocket and launch the football down the field. When he's not doing that stuff and running backwards.
Or run backwards.
Running backwards. But when he's not doing that, we're all right. You know what I'm saying? We're all right. Now, Ronald, we're getting short on time. I want to get your take on this before I let you go quickly. Give me your thoughts on this Jets team. Are you expecting a playoff berth out this Jets team this season?
You better believe it. You absolutely are expecting. And you know what? That's one of the main reasons. That is the main reason I want to see Zach do a little bit more than game management, because I really don't see why we can't go to the playoffs. Okay. As a matter of fact, I think we're the top 5 team in the AFC. Period.
Yeah.
One of the top 5 teams in the AFC.
Okay. Listen.
I truly believe that.
Listen, Ronald, I hear you. Again, I'm getting short on time. I got to let you go. Thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, you better call in, man. And you better let it be known who you is, bro.
You got it, man.
Let it be known who you is, all right? You have yourself a good one, my friend.
Yeah, all right. You got it, boss.
Absolutely.
Take it easy.
Go Jets, man. Yeah. Y'all see how Ronald tried to sneak in here, bruh? Man, y'all saw it too. Salutes to the Savages. Listen, that Sauce question put that boy on spin cycle. I just asked a question. I didn't know what. I said, hey, what are your thoughts about Sauce? And he said, I don't know. Keep your hands on the wheel at all times. All right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and close out the show, man. We've had a lot of discussion tonight about these Jets. We are getting short on time. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right. I'm also on Twitter as well, at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe. All right, on Twitter. You can also follow me on my personal page at YoungJ000. Again, at YoungJ000. Okay, go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back, and troll me, no issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. All right? He's going to come back next season and be great. You know what I mean? Fight on. Okay? You can also catch the show live as well on YouTube. Go on over to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. I want to thank you folks for listening. Thank you folks for taking the times out of your day to call in and watch and talk to your boy about the New York Jets, all right? See you folks. Thank you folks for calling in. You folks are the absolute best. Without you, again, I am nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to do everything.
90 seconds.
You folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. All right, I should be back. Salutes. Listen, everybody, I want to thank everybody for calling in, okay, on Veterans Day. Salutes to everybody. I hope everyone had a good time. Really enjoyed talking Jets with y'all. Apologize about the audio stuff. YouTube, I don't know what's going on with YouTube and all this other stuff going on, but we'll continue forward. But, everything got going. And, again, I want to thank all the Savages as well letting me know. Listen, if you guys watching the stream, something's going on, let me know. Streaming is a stressful situation, all right? It's constantly fixing things and figuring things out. So I want to thank everybody for letting me know about that. We got that immediately squared away. So we'll keep on working, keep on going. I really enjoy doing these shows with people, and I do them to connect. So for those of you that are new, okay, ! Links in the chat brings up my link tree. Okay. My link tree has the links to all of my content, my YouTube pages as well. Content is coming for those. Please subscribe to all my YouTube pages. Turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. It also has the links to all of my social media as well. Okay, my social media is all over there. So please get involved with me in my social media any way that you can. Follow me across all of my social media platforms and hit your boy up. Talk to me. I'll talk back, man. Some people want to talk to me about the team. Some people want to talk to me about life. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you about life. You got something you want to talk about? Let's do it. Have these discussions, go back and forth. That's why I do this. I love to just connect with people. I love to connect with Jets fans. So please follow me across all my social media platforms. And again, please subscribe to all of my YouTube pages and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. For those of you that are new as well, this number right here, okay, is the number to the radio show. We do these radio shows year round, okay, year round. I announce when I do my radio shows on my social media. That's why I say, please follow me. I know my schedule. Sometimes it's on a Tuesday. Sometimes it's on a Friday. Sometimes it's on different days. I have a crazy schedule. For those of you, Val, Venom, these guys have been around for years. They know that. Okay. They know that. All right. Y'all be getting at me. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? They know that. So please follow me across my social media. I absolutely announce hours before I do a show that I'm going to be doing a show. And, usually my shows, I start out, I talk, for about 10, 15 minutes about what we're going to discuss, and then boom, we go into the show. All right. Now, when you call in, so what some people do with this number as well, you'll know when the show is going to happen. It's generally at 7 p.m. Eastern on whatever day it's going to be on, right? And what they do with the veteran guys, they call in about 5 minutes early. The lines open up about 5 or 10 minutes before the show actually starts. So if you call in and you sit on the lines about 5 minutes, you get on the show earlier. Now, keep in mind, I have a queue system. So when you call in, I can see you. Okay. You don't have to call in and hang up, call in and hang up, call in and hang up. I can see you when you call in. Okay. Now, when you call in, you need to be prepared, because if I don't know your name, I'm going to call you by your area code. Okay. Please know your area code. I've had this discussion with some people that don't know their area codes. No disrespect to anybody, but we've had this discussion. Please know the area code that you're calling in from. Okay. Because if I announce your area code, I'm going to expect you to answer. And if you don't answer, also please make sure that your background is good. Make sure you have a good phone. Don't call me from a phone that you found in the dumpster at Home Depot. I need to be able to hear you. Don't call me on a Sesame Street phone. I need to be able to hear you. Okay. Please make sure that your phone is good to go and you don't have me on some crazy headset or on speaker and you're 2 rooms away trying to discuss, Robert Saleh and a defensive call. I need to be able to hear you. my audience also needs to be able to hear you as well. So if your audio's all jacked up, I'm just going to have to move on. That's why I tell people, hey, come forward to the phone. I need to be able to hear you. Either take yourself off your headset or whatever, but I need to be able to hear you. If I can't hear you or you got crazy background noise going on, I'm going to have to move on from you. I'm sorry. Because I can't hear you, we can't have a discussion. And because my audience can't hear you, they're not going to be able to comprehend what you're saying. All right. So that's how it works. Also, there's no preferential treatment on this show. Okay. I'm going to be clear about this because I've had discussions with people. I don't care if you've been a Jet fan for 30 seconds or 30 years. If you call in here, there's a queue system. All right. I go by the queue system. Okay. So therefore, you need to wait. All right. I'm sorry. But as y'all saw tonight, we have various callers, people that want to call in. And I love this exchange and going back and forth and listening to people's takes. I may not agree with everybody's take, but I'll go back and forth with you and listen. And I'll give you time to give me your perspective, and I'll give you my perspective. And I usually give my callers the last word. I absolutely give you respect. But guess what? There's no preferential treatment here. So 30 years, 30 minutes, I don't care. If you love this team and you want to call in and talk to Joe, be patient and we'll do it. All right. That's how it works here. And all due respect, there's people that aren't even Jets fans that call in as well. And they just talk to me about what they see from the Jets. We deal with that too. I love people. I love all the people that call in that aren't even Jets fans. We bleed green around here. Y'all see these two guys next to me. But we respect people that are not even Jets fans calling in that want to talk to us about football and talk to us about the Jets too. So we accept that. But don't, think that because you've been a Jets fan for 40 years, I'm about to skip over, however many callers to get to you. You're going to have to wait your time, and we will absolutely get to you, okay? And I say that with all due respect, okay, with all the respect. But, no preferential treatment. I don't care who you are, all right? That's not how it works over here. So we get to everybody, man, and we have a really good time. We also do live watch-alongs as well. We do live reaction to games when my schedule allows. We'll sit down, we watch the game together, and we do live radio show directly after the game, okay? That's a crazy one. Now, the only thing I do not allow on my shows is cursing. For those of you that do not call into my show cursing, I'll get you out of here. This is a family show. Don't call into my shows cursing or I have to let you go, okay? I know it's frustrating sometimes. I know people get excited, but we cannot have that, all right? And, I know y'all can do it. I trust my audience. I know my audience is smart. I know everybody that watches me is smart, calls in. I know you guys are super smart. You guys get it. And I understand sometimes it can be frustrating, okay? We've been doing this for a while. We've been Jets fans for, quite a while. Sometimes there's ups, there's downs, but no cursing, no crazy cursing on my show. I'm going to have to move on from you, all right? I want to hear your takes. Please don't call in here cursing crazy. Again, this is a family show, all right? We also game on this channel from time to time, too. You might catch your boy playing some Street Fighter, some NBA 2K, Madden. When my schedule allows, we do that. So if you ever see me pop up on your screen and I got a controller in my hand and I'm talking crazy because, I do be talking crazy on those streams. I know some of y'all know. We play Street Fighter, I go crazy. We play Outlast, I was losing it. You know what I'm saying? Come on in, join your boy and have some fun doing that, too. Again, when my schedule allows, I'll do that. So we have fun doing that as well on this channel. So please subscribe if you have not subscribed and hit that notification bell. And give the videos a thumbs up too if you can. So we do all that here and we have a lot of fun. So we're going to continue that. I think the next show I'm going to do is Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the next show. So I won't be doing a live game reaction with y'all. As of right now, I will not be doing a live game reaction with y'all. Well, this is the bye week, but after the bye, we'll be doing the show Tuesday. And then I'll see if we're going to be able to watch the Patriots game together. So this bye, we're going to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? And then Tuesday, we're going to do Venom G says Resident Evil. I'm telling when I get, that Resident Evil, y'all saw when my schedule allows, we'll get back to playing those games. I know that there's a lot of people that want me to get back to gaming and get back. I'm telling you, I'm going to get back to it. But my schedule, bro, it's wild, bro. It's just wild, But so is life, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to get back to it. Don't trip. But so we're, Tuesday at 7 is going to be the next show. And we'll be, covering the Jets' upcoming game and having a lot of discussion surrounding that. So we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. Again, I want to thank everybody for letting me know about any issues on the stream that y'all see. Let me know. And, I'll try to get them fixed immediately. Again, times it's YouTube and all, streaming is wild. So, I definitely be on it. You know what I'm saying? But again, thank y'all for letting me know. I appreciate y'all. I want to give y'all the best quality possible. You know what I mean? And y'all see, and it's a lot of work to stream. So it's a lot of work. So, yeah. So, again, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be the next show. Please, again, follow me across all my social media platforms. So we'll get to that. So, yeah, listen, I want to thank everybody, man, for listening and calling in. Salutes to everybody, all the savages in the chat. Venom G's, Val Outlaw. Val says, great show. Salutes. Thank you so much, man. Phenom, salutes to you as well. GVH, well done, sir. Thank you so much. Salutes. Mike Ka says, hey, Joe, good to see you, bro. Salutes to you, Mike. Good to see you in here. Venom G says, good show. Good show, Joe from Phenom as well. Thank you so much. Salutes to everybody. Dark Soldier. Hey, salutes Dark Soldier. For those of you that don't know, Dark Soldier got that T-shirt. I'll be doing another giveaway coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be giving away. One second. I'm continue to give away these shirts here. For those of you that do not know, this is what the shirts look like. All right. Good people over at Ultra Game. So I'll have a lot of fun giving that away. So I'll let you guys know the details of the giveaway for that shirt coming up soon. It's going to be this week, probably this weekend. So we're going to be doing that. So be on the lookout for that across my social media, and I'll be announcing that. But salutes to Dark Soldier for being in the chat as well. Salutes to him for winning that shirt. NY Jets FL, yo, y'all be having me cracking up too. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be trying to pay attention. Y'all be having me laughing. NY Jets FL says Hurricane Alley. Venom G says, what he talking about? I'll tell you, I don't be trying. They be sometimes it just put people in the spin cycle, man. I don't know. NY Jets FL says he's in his own world. Salutes to everybody, man, that called in, and everybody that was just in the chat. Again, we have a lot of fun. Jacob Klein, salutes to you. Everybody just came on by, and Ronald Perry, everybody just came on by and said, what's up to your boy, man. I just absolutely want to thank all of y'all for joining and just saying what's up to me, coming on by, giving us your take. Dakota J, always good to see you as well here. Budgeting D, good to see you as well. E-Man and Vibes, Mr. Magics as well, good to see you too. So salutes to everybody, man, that came on by. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because my schedule is crazy and I got to go. Listen, the world is crazy, all right? I don't know what is going on out here in today's times. I don't know. But the world is crazy and it's getting crazier, all right? Listen, sit down with your friends and your family, okay? Eat some good food. Make some good moments with the people that you love the most. Let them know that you love them. If you love someone that is close to you, let them know that you love them. Sit down with some good food, some good times, watch some good TV, and make those moments, man. That's what it's all about. That's what's important to me in my life, and I hope it's important to you and yours as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, folks. I'll see you folks Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? If anything changes, I will let you know across my social media, all right? I'll let you know. But Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be talking about the Jets' upcoming game. We're going to have a lot of discussion surrounding that. So, again, I want to thank you folks for listening.